people, welcome back to another fantastic review of a small product but really powerful. This is called the Chromecast Show. It's the new version of the Chromecast, which as you know is the little device powered by Google, which you can connect to your television or to stream directly from your mobile device or from your laptop or from tablet and so on. So let's look a little bit better inside, and so through this tutorial on how to set it up, and starting first from the unboxing. So over here you can see this is actually the Chromecast Italian version, but there's no difference with our international video in HD 1080p, so it's really in high quality. We're missing the 4K honestly, but that is just a little detail because it's really so easy to use it that this is I think the biggest plus. Other things, of course, you can stream your movies. You can actually play some games in this version because this is really fast. But anyway, let's look directly inside here, and there's a 3 steps introduction guide on how to set it up that we'll check it later. And inside we can find directly the little Chromecast. This is the black version. I think there's another version which is the red one, and it's very nice how it's the design. I really like it's shiny. It's quite small, as you can see. It just fits in your hand, and it's coming inside this blue little cover, which seems that contains something, but at the very end it's empty, so it's just like a cover that holds it. And there's a small magnet behind it that holds that little cable. So in order to take it out, you just have to move it from there. So going forward, here we have little cable. So a cable that has it's a USB cable. So as you can see, there is an AC adapter, which is in this case is Italian one, so no problem. But of course, you'll get based on the country where you purchase it. And you can just unplug it, so you have a normal USB cable in case you have the USB connector behind your television, which honestly a lot of televisions have now. So probably you won't need that one. You will just need to plug it inside your USB adapter and the connector inside behind your television. Sorry. Actually, a good thing here is that the cable is pretty long. Usually they give you those short cables where you can't even reach anything. In this case, it's pretty long, so even if you want to plug it in the AC adapter and use it in a different way instead of connecting to the USB cable, it's pretty fine. And okay, let's plug it in. So this is actually where you plug it in inside the micro USB port. On the device. So from there, then you have this cable, and that's it basically. So on one side you have an HDMI cable, and on the other side, if it's going to focus, okay, that's great. And on the other side is simply a USB cable. Now let's move on behind my television. So sorry for the dust, but as you can see, so we have the USB there. I have the HDMI. Now I'll disconnect one of the 2 HDMIs so I can insert over there the Chromecast, and then once the Chromecast is inserted with the HDMI connector, you can then plug in the USB connector over there, which is powered. As you can see, it's 5 volts, 0.5 amperes, so that's totally fine for this device. And so just plug it inside there the right way possibly. And then we can just plug in the USB cable inside the USB adapter behind your television. As I already mentioned previously, if you don't have that, you can just plug it in any kind of device with a USB. So if you have a PlayStation, have an Xbox or whatever. As you can see, the LED is now on. It went from blue, which was just turning blue, green, which was turning on, and then now it's going to blue, and it's blinking. That means it's trying to identify the signal for the Wi-Fi. This is the configuration screen. As soon as you switch to HDMI, you'll see this. And let's set it up directly from okay, I skipped a little bit one step here, which means just go to chromecast.com/setup, and once you're there, you download this Chromecast application. Inside the Chromecast application, just click on the yellow button, connect Chromecast. This will allow the Chromecast to auto set up. based on your wireless configuration that is already set up on your mobile device. So that's pretty easy. You just need to confirm that that is the number that you're seeing. Like this, do you see this code? Is it the same? Yes. Enable guest mode if you want. I just disable it. And give your Chromecast the name that you prefer. If you have multiple ones, probably it's best to name it as the room where it's set up. If you just have one, you can just give it the name that you prefer. That can identify once you want to stream something on it. So now it's simply connecting. This will take a while. In the meantime, just a few other notes regarding the Chromecast. Chromecast is a fantastic little device that in this new version, 2015 version or number 2, it just implements additional capabilities in terms of wireless connectivity. So it's much faster when you start streaming something. So if you press on play, it's just immediately streams. So there's no lag, which there was a little bit of lag, really short, but still there was in the previous version. In this one, it's really smooth, right? So it's fantastic how it just streams instantly. If we're talking about music, we're talking about movies, we're talking about YouTube, we're talking about whichever thing you want to stream it locally, or you want to stream it from the web. That's totally fine. It works really fast. So this is the big plus, I think, is this new device. And additionally, there's nothing really much into it. I mean, that is the same Chromecast that you had previously, so there is no big difference in it. What I think is a good thing, of course, is that the fact that the price is still the same as previously. So really, really low entry price. So here in this case, it has completed the connection. Now it's just broadcasting this small video that wasn't inside the first version, so this is brand new for the new Chromecast. And it's also, as you can see from the top left, fetching an update, which means it's going to connect to the, of course, and to Google and download the latest updates. By the way, if you want to learn more, as you saw there, Chromecast.com/learn, which allows you to access all information regarding Chromecast, and just go there and you can understand a lot more regarding Chromecast. But it's really simple to use. We'll see it in a moment as soon as this reboot completes. But basically, you just need to click on any application that has that little logo, which identifies Chromecast. So it's either Cast the tab if you're inside Chrome, Google Chrome. So if you're inside the Chrome browser, you can just by downloading that little extension and including it inside your browser, and you having that available there, you can just cast any tab whenever you want. So it's casting everything that you have inside your tab. Or you can just do it directly from some specific websites like youtube.com, of course, where you can just click on that little icon which represents cast, so it's casting to your Chromecast, and that appears, of course, whenever you're connected to a wireless where there is a Chromecast enabled. So that's a pretty easy and really neat feature that allows a very fast streaming experience without having to install anything in particular. So great thing there from Google. So after all the upgrades and all the upgrading from the previous versions, firmware and so on, then you can have finally your Chromecast that is ready to cast, and you'll see a screen that is similar to this one. So ready to cast, and of course, as it mentioned, it's just open a cast enable application, tap the cast button to browse your cast enable apps, use the Chromecast app. So that is the icon that we were mentioning. That is the most important thing that you just need to remember. Whenever there's that little icon, you can cast whatever you want. So great stuff there. By the way, there's a lot of stuff going on regarding the Chromecast app, so you'll find a lot of information on this first, what's on, based on where you are in the world, so you have more or less application. And in this case, there's also a free offer for Italy regarding 60 days of a possibility to use Google Music for free as a trial. And I think all Chromecast users that just bought a Chromecast have the possibility to rent for free one movie, which is a nice way to experience and try out your Chromecast. As you can see in this case, it's just like showing some images coming from Google Maps, from NASA, from artists, Google Art if I'm correct, and satellite photos. This is from, as I mentioned, art. So, and you have the temperature outside, you have the time, and really interesting. And I think it's really nice, this backdrop functionality, which allows you to have basically whatever you want. Also Google photo pictures there, so it's basically like having your little digital, frame there, which is actually your television. So it's big digital frame. Nice, I like it. So let's have a short demonstration of the capabilities using YouTube. So if we press on YouTube and just click on the icon, either from Chromecast, but you can do it directly even from the YouTube application. So simply by clicking on YouTube and allowing the application to load. So YouTube starts, you can just select whatever video you want, just click on it, and then you can cast it. So first of all, you can click on the little cast icon on the very top. Then once that is done, select the Chromecast that you want to cast to, and then there it is. YouTube is on your screen. That was really fast. Now, next thing that you might want to do is to select, for example, a video. If you select a video, you just click on play, or you can add it to a queue, and that means that you can actually create a queue, TV queue, where you have a lot of videos there that will run one after the other, and you don't have to go each time after a video inside your application and select the next video. So really nice functionality on that side. Okay, so why should you buy it? Well, I think that Chromecast is a very simple way to just cast whatever you want on your television. So even if you're not really into seeing everything that you want on your television, this is there isn't a lot of advanced functionalities inside, so it's not really a media player, as you can see from the different media players around. But it's a really simple way to just cast whatever you want. And now, honestly, a lot of content is just online, so you can just stream it, and you can purchase videos from whatever website you prefer and service you prefer. So it's from Google Music or Google Movies or Spotify or whatever you want. You can just cast it over there. So it's really good. And also, if you want to use it as for a presentation, or you can use it in other ways. For example, I've been using it for casting your the screen of your mobile device, so you can just cast whatever you want. You can even have a Skype call, for example, using your mobile device and casting your screen on a big screen. So then you can have without even using the laptop, you can just see at full screen your family on the Skype, and use the camera on your phone and the big screen as your main screen. So I think there are a lot of different functionalities that you can do and you can use Chromecast with. And is it worth it to upgrade from the previous to the new one? Well, I did it. I think it's worth it. I think it's a good device. It's a nice upgrade from the previous one. And if you don't have it, definitely I suggest you to buy it. And what I really was pleased with is the nice reception and the improved experience with no lag at all. So that is really a big plus. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and please let me know if you enjoyed it, if what you would like to hear next, and what is your opinion on the Chromecast, and especially if you have used the Chromecast for any particular thing in any particular way. I think it's a nice device, a lot of different functionalities, and a really affordable price. So thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.